Sid Meier's Civilization 7 has been announced, and people are getting back into Civ 6. If you are someone new to the franchise, or simply forgot how to play, this is the video for you. Today I'll be going over basics when it comes to setting up a game, planning an empire, and basic early era gameplay. This guide will be a multi-part introduction on how a game usually pans out. To simply begin playing Civ 6, we're going to go into single player, create game, and just digest the screen. There are two create game screens, this basic one, which will start off with that, and the advanced setup. I would recommend using the advanced setup for your second game and playing around with the features, seeing what all this stuff does. The standard game creation part is incredibly streamlined and easy to understand once you know what everything is. If you have any DLC expansions, they will be up here. I will be playing on Expansion Gathering Storm, and that is what I recommend playing on. If you don't have either of these, standard rules will do just fine. We're going to start off with the Prince game difficulty, as that is kind of the standard that you should be able to play at. If you would like to, go to Warlord, but Settler and Chieftain, you should be able to beat those guys already. Choose game speed, leave it on standard. Choose map type. Pick anyone you want. We're going to go for an inland sea map, just because it's very easy to explain all the districts and stuff that you'll be learning. Choose maps wise, keep that on small as well. And we'll go back up here to the choose civilization. Now, this can be very daunting. Lots and lots of countries and nations to learn. So I will be giving you my recommendation. Germany, very easy civilization to learn, and the video we're going to do it on today. Trajan from the Roman Empire. So we'll be checking him, and we won't worry about these game modes. Disaster intensity, won't worry about it. Simply start game and wait to load in. So I know what I'm looking at. I can tell you right now this isn't the greatest start, but we're going to continue on. So before I do anything, I'm going to give you a few HUD tips. Now you're thinking, what the heck is a HUD? It's the heads up display. So we're going to go up to the top right, open the game menu, options, and then straight away we are going to go to the game, which we're already on. Quick combat enabled, quick movement enabled. Now, if you want to make it look all cinematic and stuff, sure, leave it disabled, but it gets quite boring pretty quick. So we're going to the interface now. Now this is the big one. Show yields in HUD ribbon. We're going to turn that to always show. So always show in the yields in HUD ribbon. And I believe once we've done that, we're good. Go ahead and hit confirm, and then hit back to escape and return to game. That show HUD was this little emblem up here with all the stuff here. Very daunting, I know. Multiple numbers. I'll say 0 at the moment, but that will change. Every empire that is in the game that you meet will pop up here. So I guess it's kind of like a ribbon, as it says. And they will display all the stats for all the empires. Okay, as well as that, we have map options. Now, I've got all of them on besides show grid. Very handy stuff, showing guild icons. Really handy to know like where a good place to settle is, and we'll go over that as well. Show resource icons. Obviously, that's a wheat bonus resource. I've got some sheep up here. So I would recommend enabling all these. grid on if you want, if it because you're fancy, but not a big fan. Okay, after all that set up, let's look at our starting location and see what's wrong with it and see what's going with us, what's going good. Okay, so immediately we've got a lake here, lake, I'm not even gonna bother with that one, Lake B. So we're gonna go down to our lenses here, bottom left, and we click on settler. So in the key here, most of these tabs will have a key at the top, which definitely helps you better understand what everything is. I think you'll learn them as you kind of do it. I'm not gonna knowledge dump what all the stuff is, but we're gonna go with settler. If you want to go to this tab as well, you can just, I thought it popped up when you click the setter, but click on settler. We see fresh water here. If we settle next to fresh water, we get +3 housing. You'll understand the importance of that later, but I highly recommend settling on fresh water. It is not the worst if you settle on coastal water. No water's not the worst either, but you really want the bonuses for settling on fresh water. We've got 2 units now, a settler and a warrior. So warrior, very self-explanatory. Dude's got some clubs, he's going to hit some things. We're going to use him to kind of explore the area before we settle, and I think it's best if we go over here. Now that didn't really reveal anything absolutely jaw-dropping, so I'm going to take our settler and we're going to settle in place, I believe. I don't think I'm going to move. Actually, I might move on top of the stone here. So I moved him, so I clicked on him, and I right-clicked here. He has movement points down the bottom. All units have movement points. Moving from a plains tile, a hill tile, to plain. So this top of this white text box, I'll zoom in on it, grassland, 1 movement point. If you go over a hill, obviously it's a lot more hard work to move over a hill, or if you go over a swamp, it'll take multiple movement points. So we're going to settle on top of the stone. Awesome. So why I didn't settle there is just so I could work this tile right here. Now these little emblems here, the corn represents food and the cogs represent production. Basically, the higher numbers of these in your town, or your city, sorry, the better the city is. So what we're going to do is have a look around. We're going to see we got some wheat around us, some honey, which requires animal husbandry. So we don't have a lot of things to improve. So this tile here we worked for quite a while. It's quite a good tile to work. So the 2-2 tiles, 2 food, 2 production, is kind of the gold standard when it comes to settling. If you're settling on top of a hill, like this one here, this will turn into a 2 food, 2 production compared to the 2 food, 1 production. It's just I didn't move there because I would have used up all my movement points and wouldn't be able to settle this turn, and I wouldn't have the fresh water. What we're going to do is we're going to click on the city, on the cog here. We're going to have a look. We've got multiple units produced early on. A settler, so the dude we just turned into a city. A builder will do improvements on things like the wheat and the animal husbandry. A scout, who is just a weaker warrior, but he goes around the map a lot faster. Another warrior, which we've already got, and a slinger. So these will have classes, I guess. So we got just the regular civilian units, the builder and the settler, scout, which is a recon unit, warrior, a melee unit, and ranged as a slinger unit. Okay, so we're going to leave this menu for now, and we're going to go to the bottom right. It'll say choose research for now. This choose research button brings us to the science tab. If you want to get to the science tab to begin with, this little box up here. But for now we're going to use the bottom right. And it's going to give us some options. So these are the options we can do right now. Or we can open up the technology tree. And oh my gosh, that's a lot of stuff to learn. All the way up to tanks. But for now, we're going to look here. So once you get to know the ins and the outs of your civilization, you can kind of rush like certain parts of the tech tree. As Rome, usually it's kind of standard practice to get to the legions because that's our unique unit. It's one of our bonuses as Rome, and go for a domination kind of victory. Oh, sorry, I didn't explain that before, but to win a game of Civ, there are multiple ways to win. So we have a score victory. So whoever got the highest score at the end of 500 turns, which doesn't usually happen. That's like the people have been going back and forth with who's going to win, so it just ends the game. A science victory, probably one of the easiest ones to do. The ending's quite complicated for a new player, but really it's just research everything and then do some city projects, and then boom, you reach the exoplanet. Not as cool as it seems. You don't get to go to another planet and start a civilization, but culture victory, probably the most difficult victory to pull off. My personal favorite, because it's a lot more city building than the domination victory, I guess. So create tourism, which is much later on in the game, and well, that's it. And then domination, kill everyone. So not an easy one to achieve, but definitely the most straightforward. Create unit, kill city. And then religion, probably the easiest victory condition, especially against AI. Just convert people to your religion, which we will create, just so I can show you what a religion is. Again, back to choose research. We are going to research animal husbandry. So this city will eventually expand, and it'll encompass this honey luxury resource. So this is our border here, perfectly color coded. This will expand here. I think goes to the most like favorable tile. I don't believe there's a way to control it unless you buy a tile, but I'm guessing it'll go to this honey luxury resource. So we're gonna research animal husbandry, and that'll take 10 turns. Now that is not that great, because our science at the top left is 2.5 per turn. Now everything up here is your income, so you're doing 2.5 science per turn and 3.2 culture per turn, and absolutely 0 faith and 5 gold. So that'll be expanded with districts, trades, and builder improvements. So we've chosen our scientific research. Now we're going to go back down to the bottom right, choose production. We've been to this window before. We understand what this is. Let's use it. So generally recommending on most maps Scout's always a go-to. Unless it's like a island map where your warrior can do all the exploring, then you have to wait to go over the water because you can't go over water straight away. Scout's always a good recommendation. Now, if we go back down to the bottom right, it's telling us next turn. That's because we've done everything that we need to do before we go the next turn. So we'll go ahead and click on that. Awesome. So look at the top right, turn 2 out of 500. So we're going to use him to explore again up into this. Let's go here actually. Nice. So this place here, easily defendable. I don't think anyone will attack us from up here. Nobody's settling in that snow. And again, add a move points for the warrior. So if you didn't notice, that warrior was here, moved here, and used 2 move points. That's because they walked onto tundra, in brackets, hills. So again, that movement points being completely drained, so they went onto a more steep terrain. Yeah, we go, again, not much to do in the early game except for plan things out. So we're going to go next turn again. And we're going to move our warrior up the top. This whole place is dominated by mountains. Good for us, I guess. Yeah, we're not going to hit next turn here. I'm going to go click on Rome and show you some of the tabs that you need to know. Now, change city production, don't really need to. Purchase an item of faith, so it's another resource at the top left. Get that through religions and stuff. We don't have that, and I can't really show you that yet. Purchase an item with gold. So most things that you make are done with production, or I guess you can kind of skip the queue with gold. However, the price increases exponentially per unit you buy. And now we're going to go to the next tab, Manage Citizens. Now this one is important. So, as I said, all these circles here, the people that are not being highlighted, we're not working. So that means we have someone, a population, working in this forest here. So this forest is giving me 2 food, 2 production, and then Rome itself, 2 food, 1 production. So we can lock this one, or lock this hill. I don't know why you want to do that. Normally, for a beginner, there's kind of a cheat sheet for this. You can just go down just below that tab, and then you see all these icons about how much they're being, like, how much each resource is being produced by the city. If I wanted gold, more gold, I would click here. Focusing citizens on gold. Now, we're not working this good tile anymore. It's working this 1 food, 1 gold. Now, that is good and all, but I want my city to grow. So we're going to click on that. So we don't want to ignore gold, we're going to click on it again. And there we go. So, most of the time, this will be completely fine. If you're running into a problem where your city isn't growing because of lack of food, then you can come in here and focus on food. But really should not have any issues with it. And then we have purchased tiles. So yes, your borders do naturally grow, just like they are here. 2 turns until border growth. This just happens over time. And sometimes it's just not fast enough. You've got a lot of things to expand, like resources to expand into. Like I might want this sheep tile up here, and that'll take me a while to get there. So I could simply buy this wheat tile, and then it'll be in my little area with the purple and yellow borders, and then I can move a builder over there and improve on it, but that's all good. Toggle city details. Now, this, I'm going to break this down very simple. Completely ignore this until you need to. Now, the only thing you're going to want to know how to do in this tab is change the name. So, this city name is Rome. We're going to name it Washington. I'm going to hit enter. Awesome. Now Washington is in Rome. Completely useless, but there you go. Now, I mentioned city growth before. So here, this number here, 1, and then the little 6 next to it. The big one is our population. And then we got 6 turns until growth, and that's because of our food. The more food we make, the faster we grow. And just like food, the more production we make, the faster units are built, and so on. So this scout can take 4 more turns until complete. And also going down to the bottom right here, the city of Washington, which was Rome. Loyalty 100, don't worry about it yet. Religious citizens, don't worry about it. Amenities. Amenities are things that keep your people happy. Luxury resources like honey is the main way you keep them happy. And then housing, 1 out of 6. So fresh water, if we didn't settle on fresh water and settled out in the middle of whoop whoop nowhere, we'd have 1 housing out of 3. So we have lots of room to grow. We're going to hit the next turn. Okay. So we built a scout in Washington. Now, we can just send him out. So he's got 3 movement points. So I can move to the hills and take 2 points, and then move here. To the plains, it only costs 1 point. Washington, we're now going to build another unit. Animal husbandry finishes in 4 turns, so we're going to build a builder, which takes 10 turns. By the time that builder's done, we'll have animal husbandry, and we can send him to build on the honey. So we hit next turn.
At his best, man
Awesome.
is the noblest of all
So,
animals.
We've got a new civic
Separated from
completed.
law and
We're gonna
justice.
Shut up. Hit X. We don't care. We're going to choose another civic. So we got craftsmanship. If you're ever in doubt on what to research, there are recommendations, but obviously not the best. We're going to go foreign trade, and then if you see underneath foreign trade here, all the emblems. This is what you're researching. You'll get all these policies. You'll get maritime industries. I don't want to say that, but below that you got the 12 terms. And you see can be boosted. Discover a second continent. Now, if you discover a second continent, I do believe it's 40% of the research is taken away for you. So you get a free boost, 40%, awesome. So really do try and get these boosts. They are very handy. Doesn't seem like much, but it really does help. So we're going to choose a civic again. We're going to go second continent and fill policy slot. So this is telling me I need to fill out my policies. So we're going to go, I always recommend the +5 unit combat when fighting barbarians, which we haven't ran into yet. And we're going to go, I recommend God King to begin with, unless you're already collecting faith, but we don't have any, so we're going to go that. Yes, it is. Now, if you ever need to get to that screen again, up here, Civic Street. Sorry, no, not that one. The government. Civic Street is the culture equivalent of the tech tree. So we're doing foreign trade. Government tab, sorry. So usually this will have a bunch of cards in the right later on in the game, but since it's the first ones we've researched, we can have a candy here, and we can change these out. However, usually it costs money. So we're going to leave that, and then go back to our exclamation marks and start moving. Now, I recommend against this, but if you're lazy and don't want to move your scout around all the time, simply this little button here, the addition, bring up next menu. So you have a delete unit, pet, so you can pet the scout's dog. He's kind of behind the food there. Or automate exploration. Now, once I do that, AI will control him, but we're not going to do that, as it's very important that we have a look around our city. So next turn, and we have encountered our first enemy. This is a barbarian scout. So this is not an empire. These are barbarians. These guys, if they see your borders, they will have an exclamation mark on top of them, and then they will run back to their camp, and then you'll be playing Plants vs Zombies tower events for the next 15 turns. So we want to see where this dude is. Oops, sorry, right there, that was a goodie hut. So a tribal village discovered, and then we ran on top of it, and then we got gold. So I'll stop it next time we see one. So here is our first barbarian hut. So this is a different one to the scout that was just here. So we can't attack him this turn, but we'll attack him the turn after. And so I click on my warrior and then hover over the spearman. So lots of information digest down the bottom. So we can see the 20 base strength on the warrior, and then the 5 advantage versus barbarians, which was because the policy we enacted, and the +5 combat strength versus anti-cavalry units, which is just a warrior thing. Now the spearman has 25 base strength and 6 extra because he's fortified in his little hut. So we'll whittle him down over time. Down here is we've seen a new city-state, and we're the first person to meet it. With the first person to meet it, we get a free envoy. What I'm going to do is just go through our exclamation marks. We go into attack, and then go to our next exclamation mark, and we're going to move our scout again. We're looking for this barbarian camp on this scout. Another city-state, Anshan. If you guys want to get rid of all these pop-ups here, you can click on them and see what they're talking about, or just right-click on them to get rid of them. So I'm going to go next turn again.
If there are no dog...
It appears the scout is going back up towards here, so that is its camp. We need to kill this before this scout gets back to base. Otherwise there'll be a wave of barbarians. Continue exploring on our scout. And we've got another chance to research something. We have a quick gaze here. Maybe astrology. We can get our religion. And what I'm going to do is just play out my next turns until I have this builder. As I've done those turns, the scout did get home, and as you can see, it did in fact spawn another unit. Now that is not good for my one lonely warrior, so I'm going to move him back, just over here. So back here, and we'll move my scout around. Another city-state, awesome. So I should probably explain, these city-states, they are not normal empires. They are cities that you can kind of control through envoys, which is like the politics behind the game, I guess. And they give bonuses when you like own them. So Rapa Nui here, lots of information, a lot of yapping. So there's different types of city-states. This is a culture. This one, Anshan, is scientific. Auckland, industrial. So this one's about production, science, culture. We go to Rapa Nui here. So these are the bonuses. So for one envoy in there, which we've got by being the first meet, plus one culture in the capital city and in every amphitheatre building. Awesome, everyone can get that. So same with the 3 and 6, everyone can get those, and then whoever's got the most envoys in the city-state, that's more than 3 envoys in total, they get the unique bonus. So Rapa Nui unique bonus. Your builders can now make. I don't want to say that. And this is the bonus, so you can give a read that. But all city-states are unique. We've got our builder here. We're not going to move him to the honey tile, and that'll take another 1 turn because woods also takes a while to walk through as well. So back up here, we are at a disadvantage. We do have the +5 advantage versus barbarians, however, we are already injured, so we're going to keep on fortifying, so we're going to let him attack me. Click on the bottom right, choose production, and we are going to build a set. Awesome. And then another exclamation mark. And here we go, tribal village discovered. So these fellas give you good stuff, which is why I call them goodie huts. So we'll move there next turn. Next turn.
That's the positive aspect of trade.
Civic completed. My warrior did get attacked, but he definitely ended up worse off with it. Alright, move this scout. Good inspiration. So that just means like boosted, so I'll show you that. Craftsmanship. Improved 3 tiles would give you the boost. However, I have not improved those 3 tiles at all. But the goodie hard gave me the boost, so gave me a good 40% of the culture research, yeah. We'll do that one. And we'll move our builder to our honey. Now, with this builder, there'll be all the options here that you've unlocked. Well, there's a recommended one. Build improvement camp. +2 gold and provides 0.5 housing. So we're going to build that one. Builder has smacked the hammer down to the ground and boom is camp. So by base stats, build on 2 movement and 3 build. So each time they build something, it removes a build from them. So go back down to our scout, and I'm beginning to become lazy, and I'm going to automate exploration, and we're going to forget about him. If you're trying to become an absolute pro gamer, don't do that, but doesn't worry us, we're new to the game. So, next turn. This dude has got another warrior, so there's also a spearman in here that we just can't see. But our warrior has gained enough experience that we can promote him. Promotion available. Now, very simple to understand. Just give these a read. And they're different for each unit. And we're just going to go promotion. It also heals us whenever we promote. So we're back up to full health to fight these guys. And again, just using the bottom right. Bottom right button really guides you through the game. Nearly one-shot that guy. So I clicked next turn there, and the turn didn't finish. A unit needs orders. My builder got here, and we are now going to provide a farm. Now, after you research certain things, you can harvest a resource which will remove this wheat, but we're going to keep it. We're going to improve the wheat. So we're going to build farm +1 food and provides 0.5 housing. That is now 3 food, 1 production tile. So I am now going to skip ahead after I beat these guys up and have a settler ready. Now unfortunately for me, I do think this is the end of our warrior. He's been cornered. I'm going to try to escape, but I do think it's very unlikely. And we're just going to continue doing us to victory. This warrior's a goner, and they're going to send these guys down to my city. Now that is an issue because they will pillage my farm and my camp and attack my city. Barbarians can't take your capital, but they can raise any other city you have and get it down to 1 health. So we're going to purchase. Let's purchase a slinger. So this city is still producing the settler, as you can tell here. I was able to skip the queue and just buy a slinger. And we need Zanzibar. Continue making an absolute runner with the slinger. Oh. Okay, so what we're going to have to do here is I'm out of movement points in this warrior. And this barbarian is going to move 1 point, and then attack 2 points. So it's got their 2 movement points, which means my warrior would die. I am going to move my slinger just to body block, and hopefully this guy gets away. Slinger back, just so we've got a more defensible spot. Skip turn. So move our warrior here, and our slinger into our city, so the slinger's protected. If a warrior attacks my slinger in the city, he will be attacking my actual city. My slinger gets to sit in there for free and shoot pebbles at him. A lot of warriors here, and I know they have a spearman. So it's 2 against 4 at the moment, but we do have the defender's advantage. So I'm going to move this warrior back. If he gets attacked, he's dead. We've got our slinger in the city. Has an attack range of 1, which means he can shoot to the tile next to him and not get attacked back. So we're going to right click on our warrior, well, the enemy's warrior. Quick attack animation, 32 damage off from the warrior, nothing done to our slinger. Choose our research. Okay, so we got archery at the top here. Kill a unit with a slinger as the boost. Now, I would say it's very likely that I'm going to kill someone with the slinger. So I'm going to start researching that and get the 40% boost eventually. We've got a holy site now. So this is the district that provides faith. You have, I believe it's the campus district for science. Commercial hub for money, or the harbour. Industrial zone for production, which all unlocks gradually. And then the theatre square for culture. Now there are other districts, like the government plaza, the preserve, back into the science tree, encampment, diplomatic quarter. They aren't directly related to any of these at the top. They do help. The diplomatic quarter does provide diplo favour, but that's not part of the big 4. Again, choose production, holy site, and you're seeing a bunch of numbers. Yeah, so you got a +1, +1, +3. These are called adjacency bonuses. Now, you'll learn these over time. Hover over it, and then you see the big list of things. We're looking at here. There's a +3 for the holy site. That is because the city centre, the woods, and 3 mountain tiles, they give me a +3 bonus. So we're going to place our holy site district down. Yes. Awesome. So unit needs orders. Our builder, sitting there doing nothing, we'll move him. And our settler. So, when this dude is created, it'll consume a population. So this would have been 4 population out of Washington just before. And now we've got a settler. So he's going to go out and place a new city, just like we did at the start of the game. Now, luckily for us, it's got the settler view on already. So we can see the fresh water, the no water, and coastal water, so salt water. And red means you can't settle there, what are you doing? So we're going to move this guy. Not a great place to settle there, but we'll put him here anyway, just to see what happens. We'll move him close just so we're safe. So next turn. Now this is what we did not want. The barbarians are on the farm, which means I'll most likely pillage that, and we'll lose the extra food from the farm production. It's completely normal for players to get overrun by barbarians. No shame in it whatsoever. Happens to the best of us. So we're going to move our warrior out of the way of this warrior, and then shoot at him from here. Promotion available. Awesome. And then move our settler 1 movement point out of city. So Rome. So our beautiful person Trajan. That is saying all roads lead to Rome. So every hero, obviously it's a historical game, has historical background to it. So all cities you found or conquer start with a trading post. So that means all my cities will have a road in between it, which is very handy, means you can move faster on them. And to begin with, you start it with a monument. Now, a monument is something you usually build early in the game if you are any other civilization. We luckily get it for free. So, a monument provides +1 culture. Should be able to show you that we have it. Here. City Centre Monument. So, you'll be prompted to build this. I recommend it relatively early in the game. I would have usually built a monument before my holy site, but since we already have it, awesome. So if both of these cities have something to build, the bottom right button is your best friend. So choose production, and we are going to build, let's build on the builder, 60 turns, oh my. So we click on, I don't even know how to say it, up in them. We're going to manage citizens, we'll have a look. It explains why there's no production. We are working the 3 food and 1 gold tile. We're going to leave it. We're going to let that 3 food grow our city. Next turn. So now we're in a bit of a pickle here. I escaped death before with this warrior. I don't think it's going to happen again. So we're going to... We can't move him anywhere for 1 movement point. Oh, it's got a road. Okay, we're going to have to... Awesome. So, usually, movement cost is 2 there. But we were saved by the road. So the road gave us discount movement, so we're going to promote him, heal him up, move our warrior into the safety of the city, and heal.
I don't underrate.
Again, we'll leave him in. Awesome, now we get to choose a pantheon. So again, the bottom right button, again, your best friend, it'll tell you what to do. Choose pantheon. Now, a lot of things here. The basic go-to get it is religious settlements. When choosing receive a settler in your capital, border expansion rate is 15% faster. The expansion rate's nice, but the free settler early on is so important. But actually, you know, we'll click on it. That's what you're going for. But if that's taken already, really just look around, read all of these to see what looks good. And how quick is here? This is a camp, so our builder built a camp on the honeys. Now, if we had a bunch of honey, which we do, because we will eventually have this, Goddess of the Hunt, be very good, but you're pretty much stupid if you don't take religious settlements all the time. So we're gonna found that. Awesome. So a pantheon's like not quite a religion, but it's like a belief, I guess. And it's like the start of the holy game. So we're gonna move this slinger down just to kill this warrior. Gone for good. Awesome. So if there were barbarians here, this settler would be easy pickings. So a barbarian or a slinger or a scout can move on top of these civilian units and claim it as their own. They don't have a defense stat or a health stat, they'll simply just be picked off. However, I know that there's no one here that can do it. Rapa Nui is not going to attack me. I'm not at war with them. And, well, regardless, I'm safe, so. Move scout, tribal village, awesome. Keep moving my settler. Finish that slinger off. And awesome. Upgrade to archer. We're going to move him here. Upgrade to archer. Another button down the bottom. I've researched archery, as you can see at the top left. Upgrade to archer. Bang. So, if I was to produce something here, I can't build the slinger anymore. I can only build the archer. So old units need to be upgraded with money. And we'll lottery. Right click over that next turn. Empire makes history. +3 era score.
I like to say I practice.
Another civic. We're going to finish that guy off. There you go. And fortify the field. Okay, so you can see we built a holy site, good for us. We've also unlocked the preserve, another district. We've also unlocked the shrine. Now, the shrine definitely helps us with the holy game. Really good for faith production and allows us to get missionaries and gives us great profit points per turn. So we're gonna build that shrine. Now, the great people points, great profits. Up here, next to religion, great people. Now, this is a lot of information. So each district kind of has great people they recruit. By having those districts and building them up and doing some research projects inside the city, you get great people points. So a great prophet is the one dead smack in the center here. We can get John the Baptist, and he founds religion and established the city as a holy city. So we'll be able to create a religion once we have 60 great prophet points. So the envoy screen, like the city-states, we were the first meets. So if you meet the city-state first, you're the first mate of all these guys, and you get a free envoy. We're gonna put 3 in Rapa Nui. So we own Rapa Nui. Put our settler. Awesome. So that's gonna be it for this episode. I'll definitely be continuing the series. Just as I know there are quite a few people that are unsure of how to play Civ. And I do enjoy playing the game, and I do hope Civilization 7 is a big success. So I'll be back. Hopefully we can build a religion, explore some of the other districts, and found the second city, and finally destroy this barbarian hut. Thanks.